6 p.m. in Bafang, that is in the west region of Cameroon, same time right here in Douala. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast on Equinoxe television. First, our major stories. Cameroonians who are in Lebanon are sending distress calls to the government of the country to come to their rescue as Israel intensifies ground invasion backed by airstrikes. While in Nigeria, the Nigerian government and the Kenyan government have announced plans to evacuate citizens. The government of Cameroon seems to be indifferent towards the cry of its citizens. You were listening to some of these Cameroonians in this edition of the news. And also we'll talk sports as the saga between Minsep and Fekafoot seems to have come to an end. This follows an agreement signed between both parties yesterday. That was between the president of the Football Federation, Samuel Tofis, and the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Professor Narcisse Molekombi, who finally arrived at a point of reconciliation. A statement released yesterday indicates the beginning of a peace era between the two institutions. Those are major stories. Stay with us for details and more. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for always choosing Equinoxe television. For presentation, I am Immaculate Fogwe. Economic activities are gradually gaining steam in the northwest and southwest regions after a tough moment characterized by lockdowns. Traders dealing in perishable foodstuffs and fruit are most affected. These lockdowns keep crippling the economy of these two regions while worsening their living conditions, as Innocent Aze tells us.
Denizens in the northwest and southwest are still staggering with the impacts of the recent lockdowns on the economy of both regions. The lockdowns dealt a serious blow to economic activities. Traders, particularly those selling perishables, lament the most.
We not make better income for our businesses. Like these 2 weeks we don't pass, we don't face plenty challenges.
When it goes down, they got rotten. That perishable food, they got rotten. You can pack 100 melon, can be remove 20 and throw it to the rotten. That is a big losses.
Goes down, it affects me very well. There's no way for me to come and sell. That's why most of the things always get rotten. Because if I can come like that to come and sell, they kill me. What will I do?
With the approach of an announced lockdown, traders are obliged to sell their goods at giveaway prices.
Where you buy now, you say half remain. Like when they say tomorrow now goes down, like you have for 2,000, you then sell like 1,800. Like the plum, so you sell like 1,000, so you sell at 500. Only say me finish.
Another economic hardship provoked by lockdowns is usually impossibility to have certain farm produce like plantains, which are highly demanded, available in the markets.
Like the plants they buy them, we not go out go look for because no motor near the pass, road near the pass. So for she know I wait. Always send me the ghost tank a pass so that if we go out to look something, if we chop, or if we give our picking them. Even like today, we don't see come outside, look and place too dry. We go market, we not even get market for sale. We get a little one, we get an hour, don't bring us. You can see that is plantain that way, just little.
These traders nurse hope the wind of goodwill blows across the capital city to instigate authorities take genuine steps to end the armed conflict in the northwest and southwest regions of the Republic of Cameroon. This, according to them, will revive their ailing business activities and resuscitate the fainted economy of both regions.
Innocent Aze reporting there. Two young men aged 24 and 29 years old have been arrested by security forces of the Airport Gendarmerie Brigade. They are accused of trafficking human bones between Cameroon and the Central African Republic. Also, investigations reveal the suspects are nationals of the Central African Republic, as A.C. Lucy Liangu tells us.
The illegal trade of human bones has been gaining steam in Cameroon. In a recent operation, gendarme officers of the Airport Gendarmerie Brigade successfully apprehend 2 suspects linked to the trafficking network.
C'est ainsi que dans la nuit du 11 septembre 2024 aux environs.
It was on the night of September 11, 2024 at about 9:30 p.m. that we received a phone call from an unknown caller. He reported that 2 young men of Central African nationality had approached him seeking for a buyer for human bones.
Un preneur d'un colis précieux, plus précisément les ossements humains.
Acting swiftly, the brigade commander organized a team headed by Chief Warrant Officer Eli Richard Amugu to track down and arrest the suspect as well as to dismantle the human bone trafficking network.
C'est ainsi que le lendemain, le nommé Mompesa Sekala Fulgence et Abdraman Adjali ont été interpellés.
The suspects, aged 24 and 29, were arrested in Akwa Douala for questioning. Being interrogated, Mompesa Sekala, one of the suspects who usually travels from Douala to Bangui in the Central African Republic for business, says while there, he met with a man, Zachary Aminu, who offered him a package containing 2 human bones, priced 5 million francs CFA. The supplier encouraged him to take it to Douala, where it will be quickly sold. With the growing phenomenon of human bone trafficking, security forces urge the population to be vigilant.
Nous continuons de sensibiliser l'opinion publique à la vigilance et à une collaboration franche avec la gendarmerie nationale qui veille sur la sécurité des populations et de leurs biens.
Meantime, the alleged bone traffickers remain in custody for justice to take its course.
Authorities continue to fight against rising insecurity in the town of Douala. The senior divisional officer for Uri Division has embarked on a fact-finding mission. From one subdivision to another, he is gathering information that will guide adequate decisions, measures and actions on the ground to turn down the insecurity curve of the country's economic hub. Babla Jonathan reports.
I've always said it, the necessity of what they call Brigade Maritime. Brigade Maritime to be installed just at Mambanda there.
They want a maritime security post to check threats from the sea via the Uri River. Inhabitants of the Douala 4 subdivision are facing a double-facet security threat from land and the sea.
But the Brigade Maritime should be people vested with water. So to fight against any possibility that we can be attacked from any side. And then most of the things that are delivered illicitly come through that place.
Uri Prefect Mvogo Siliak Marie is here to examine the situation with administrative, community and traditional leaders of the subdivision.
We need to have an holistic strategy in order to manage all security problems that we need to face.
He proceeds to the Douala 5 subdivision for a review of the security situation in that part of his area of command.
We want to make sure that everybody is conscious that without collaboration, we cannot really fight killers. We are ready and we are really prepared to stop all their operation.
Reiterating his open-door policy, the divisional officer of Douala 5, Dr. Asonge Cletus, reminds inhabitants that they don't need an appointment to meet him in his office to report any threat or suspected threat in their neighborhood.
And now to our major lead story. Cameroonians who are in Lebanon are sending distress calls to the government of the country to come to their rescue. According to these Cameroonians, the airstrikes by Israeli forces has reached some of them in Beirut, and as days pass by, their fear of being hit by the airstrikes keeps increasing. Smajik and Gabriel spoke to some of these Cameroonians in Lebanon and put together the following report for the 6 p.m. news.
Please help us, oh, we are dying, please help us.
The cry of a Cameroonian based in Lebanon.
Please help us, our sisters are dying, we are dying, please help us.
There are over 100 Cameroonian ladies working in Lebanon, but due to the ongoing war in some section of Beirut, their safety is now questionable.
Breaking today, which is the 2nd of October, there were a series of rockets launching from Israel, Iran. I mean, I couldn't sleep from 2 a.m. The only time I could be able to sleep was 4 a.m. Lebanon time, which was 2 a.m. Cameroon time.
From 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. breaking morning no one can sleep. There's serious bomb explosion, gunshots, places are shaking. You cannot explain what's happening. If actually it's only bomb, there's another thing adding into it. So you can imagine an upstory building shakes.
Attempts at getting help from the Cameroonian Council in Lebanon has also failed, and as the days goes by, their hopes of returning home are fading away.
We have run to the Cameroon embassy. Cameroon embassy is long. The numbers are not going through. Please help us. Please, Cameroon government, help us. Oh, help us, please. Please help us.
They are now looking up to the government of Cameroon to come to their rescue.
It's not really easy. We are begging on the government to see how they can connect to the consulate here in Lebanon to tell our people to release us, and then if there is any available flight for us to come back home. It is not really easy.
If the government can intervene, let us go. Be very, very happy.
The Cameroonians who traveled to Lebanon to feed their family back in the country are now being haunted, and they call on the government for an urgent intervention.
Here are usually.
And indeed, Magic and Gable, we are hoping that the government of Cameroon come to their aid as fast as possible. Despite the announced injection of 150 million francs coins into the economy, Douala, Cameroon and the Semak sub-region is still rocked by a disturbing coins conundrum. In the city of Douala, economic operators, buyers and sellers say economic activities have been affected as a result of the scarcity of coins. A public finance expert say the solution lies with the central bank, BIAC, which should inject at least 100 billion francs worth coins into the economic of the sub-region. Femi Armstrong Sanda is a man on that story.
From petty businesses to mini markets, supermarkets and major enterprises, the city of Douala, Cameroon's economic capital, is rocked by a coin quandary.
And the government is aware of because it's not today that it has started. And the government is sleeping. I don't think the government is doing anything to solve the problem. And it's affecting nearly all the citizens of the country because nearly everybody is buying and everybody needs change. Ever since I've not seen any attempted solution anywhere that they have started to say that no, this is what we are trying to do to solve the issue of coins in the country, to solve the no.
A stubborn to vanish shortage that is injecting a negative flow into the economic and social life of the city.
It's affecting all the citizens because even to eat at times, if you're having money, you cannot eat because you go to buy, they'll tell you that the person that is selling will tell you that it does not have change. Even I myself that I'm selling, I'm sitting, the market is tough. A customer will come to buy, he can even buy something for 300, I don't have 200 to give change. You buy for 400, I don't have 400 francs to give as change. And at times it ends up creating a problem between I myself, the seller, and the customer, because I tell you the customer will come and buy like that, I will say I don't have change. If you thinking that I'm lying.
Like in the city of Douala, the recurring coin scarcity is being felt all over the economic and monetary community of Central Africa, Semak sub-region, despite an August 2024 order from the governor of the Bank of Central African States, BIAC. Governor Yvonne Sanabangi on August 13, 2024, ordered BIAC branches to inject some 150 million francs CFA coins into the economy.
C'est déjà une très bonne chose, mais
public finance expert Jean-Marie Biada thinks the move is good, but the amount is insufficient.
100 milliards de petites monnaies.
He proposes that at least 100 billion worth of coins be injected into the economy to be able to resolve this shortage, considering the large demand growing with increasing small-scale businesses and the informal sector.
Comme la Banque centrale n'a pas ses branches partout.
He says BIAC can also easily achieve its goals by injecting the coins through microfinance institutions, which, according to him, are more present territorial-wise. The expert also called on the government to limit authorization to promoters of game halls and gambling structures in order to be able to control the circulation of coins in the economy.
C'est la Banque centrale, c'est-à-dire
officials of the Bank of Central African States, BIAC, on their part, have invited local businesses like pharmacies, supermarkets, bakeries and shops to swap banknotes for coins at their branches.
Now to our sports page. After months of tension between Fecafoot and MINSEP on the management of the Indomitable Lions team, the Minister of Sports and Physical Education, Professor Narcis Mwele-Kombi, and the President of Fecafoot, Samuel Etofis, have finally come to a consensus. A statement released yesterday indicates the beginning of a peace era between the two institutions. Details with Seri Chakutio.
Technicians appointed by both MINSEP and Fecafoot announced a space in Cameroon football. Though in the new list, some people were sacrificed. In the new staff on the side of MINSEP, Benjamin Didier Banglo, Evevan, respectively coordinator and assistant coordinator, lose their post. Danny Nonke, team manager, Professor Ngacho, doctor of the Lions, Germain Noël Senge, team press officer, also lose their positions. On the Fecafoot side, Benoit Angwa, coordinator of the football team, was also kicked out. The new arrival in the joint staff is that of Atoba Timothée, who will be the new coordinator of national football teams of Cameroon. For the rest, the members appointed by the president of Fecafoot on May 8, 2024 simply complete the list of the staff appointed by public authorities on April 2, 2024. According to the note jointly signed by Samuel Eto'o, president of Fecafoot, and Professor Narcis Mwele-Kombi, Minister of Sport and Physical Education, on October 1st, the recomposed staff of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon is as follows. Mark Brice remains the head coach of the Indomitable Lions. Joachim Mononga, assistant coach, and Janice Zuluris is the video analyst. François Omambik and Ashu Cyprien Bisson are both supervisors analysts. Dungu Pile Martin is assistant coach number 1 and Pago David is assistant coach number 2. Former Cameroon football players are not left out in this new organization. Idris Carlos Kameni and Alium Bukar, two former goalkeepers of the Indomitable Lions, have been appointed to supervise the national team goalkeepers. In addition to the technical team, several key positions have been reorganized. Dr. Foto Gwahab Patrick Joel is nominated as team doctor. Manovre Christophe is the physical trainer. Atuba Timothée is the new national football team coordinator, assisted by Serge Pensy. Almuji Nicolas is the new team manager, and Eli Terindo is nominated as team press officer.
Seri Chakutio reporting there. And the talk of war between Fecafoot and MINSEP has caused more enemies within the country than on uniting football fans. According to sociologist Serge Bikwa, the battle between the two institutions once again demonstrated the fact that there exists no democratic debate in the country, as Smart Jikan Gabriel tells us.
To many Cameroonians, as a list of 18-man technical staff of the senior men's national football team was published Tuesday night with signatories Fecafoot's president Samuel Etofis and sports minister Chief Professor Narcis Mwele-Kombi. The publication of the list to many signaled the end of the tug-of-war that has been taking place between the two officials. But if this sounds like a good news, it came when many Cameroonians have been already divided, with each supporting his choosing camp. A sports analyst says the division within the society was caused by the Minister of Sports and Physical Education. The sports ministry is there to take down presidential orders. For him to achieve the goals set by his hierarchy, he is supposed to work with the central services. The act of the minister is out of his work description. The crisis came because the minister vehemently denied to stay within his zone. A sociologist blames the division that the crisis between Fecafoot and MINSEP has caused the non-democratic nature of debates in the country. Many Cameroonians no longer involve themselves in democratic debate, which is one of contradicting another's opinion. Some individuals have brought in sentiments and emotions. It's the same thing in political debate with nicknames like Tontina, Sadina, and now in sports is either a Yibu or an Iglesian, which is a sort of identifying people negatively. Many Cameroonians now wait to see how the next camp of the Lions will unfold.
Smart Jikan Gabriel ending this first part of the news. Talking Point is up next. My guest tonight is Henry Warner. He is a sports journalist. Good evening, Henry Warner. It's a pleasure to have you on Talking Point tonight.
Thank you very much, Immaculate, for the invitation.
Henry Warner, the crisis between MINSEP and Fecafoot began on the 2nd of April 2024. And on the 1st of October, both parties, that is the president of Fecafoot, Samuel Etofis, and the minister, Muel Ekombi, decided to come to a consensus. What are your thoughts on what many consider as a happy ending?
I am among those Cameroonians who have been clamoring for peace to return among the two parties. You know, never before have we ever had such kind of cacophony that has engulfed our football in Cameroon. And for practically 2 months and some weeks, we were able to witness a sort of drama between both parties. And if they have decided to bury their hatchets and flip a new page when it comes to football management in the country, then it's a happy end. I want to join the voices of those Cameroonians who are saying it is a happy end, because we cannot breathe and say that this is just another start of the independence of Cameroon. And but where the problem is coming from is having 18 technical staff to manage the team of Cameroon, the national team of Cameroon, which has never happened before. Many begin to wonder, like myself, how on earth are we going to have 18 technical staff to manage a single national team? We have never had it before. But we are going to understand that this could be just another plain style to say Cameroonians should just calm down themselves and give peace a chance, because we as Cameroonian people, we always like football, and football, you know very well, serves as a unifying factor where there exists disunity. So we hope that we shall just try to forget yesterday and accept today while planning for tomorrow, while hoping that the 18 technical staff are going to identify their places and give peace a chance as well, because it's not equally going to be an easy task for 18 people to manage 23 players in the national team of Cameroon.
Now, Henry Warner, you just raised concerns about the 18 technical staff that have been chosen to handle the team. Why do you see a problem with this number and the composition too?
A problem with the composition of 18 technical staff to manage 23 players. It is the very first time since the history of football in Cameroon we are having 18 technical staff to manage the senior national team of Cameroon, which is made up of just 23 players. Now, you must understand here that people want to bring in their own ideas. I want to say here clearly that not everyone must be a technical staff of the national team. If you understand perfectly well for us to see these two parties come to a consensus, is because there was plenty of talk and there was plenty of negotiation. A did not want B, B did not want A. You must realize that you have seen some big names like Benjamin Balok, Amboa, Germaine Lesenge being sidelined from this 18-man squad to manage the affairs of the national team of Cameroon. 18, it is too much for our national team at a point in time when the economy of this country is not that favorable as we all want. We think that much energy would have been channeled to manage a team with basically just 10 technical staff to manage the 23 players. That's my humble opinion, because we have much more important things to do. Imagine if at all we are supposed to send these 23 players coupled with the 18 technical staff out of Cameroon. Maybe they are going to Kenya, they are going to Canada, they are going to Mexico, they are going to the use of A to represent Cameroon. How many hotel rooms would the Cameroon Football Federation book? How much money will it incur the government of Cameroon? How much would they spend? All of these questions should be asked, and then we should sit back and reflect. Taking a new direction, I think, to my humble opinion, will be much more better.
Now the saga has been on and off. Seeing what happened yesterday, are you convinced that peace will finally reign?
The question, if at all peace will finally reign. Yes, peace will finally reign in the tent dressing room and on turf. But I will want to continue reiterating the problem again, that having 18 men to manage the national team of Cameroon will incur plenty of problems with our national team. There are certain things that Cameroonians are not even aware that happen off the pitch. during technical meetings, and of course during training grounds. Who is supposed to start? Each of them want to give their own viewpoint regarding certain aspects about each player that has been called up. Now, it will be left for the single personality to decide, that is the head trainer, McBreeze, to decide who is going to be on the starting block and who is not going to be. Problems of managing the ideas or the viewpoint of 18 technical staff will be a hard knock for McBreeze to manage. I just pray that the good Lord Almighty that has brought him to Cameroon will lead him the right way.
As a sports journalist that you are, what's your rating of the performance of the Indomitable Lions in their last matches? Are you convinced of the capabilities of the head coach, McBreeze?
It's very true that McBreeze, ever since he came into our national team, he has started off very well, no doubt, at his own level. But I feel and I think that much still needs to be done. Looking at the list that is just made public without Jean Castelletto is actually problematic, and picking up some players who have not been productive, have not been in action for the past 5 weeks is actually a problem that I think that McBreeze and his now confirmed technical staff will now have to redefine the angle that they want to take, for the destiny of the national team of Cameroon today lies in their shoulders.
This has been sanctioned by the World Football Governing Body FIFA for a period of 6 months. He is accused of violating Articles 13, offensive behavior and violation of fair play, and also Article 14, misconduct of players and officials of the FIFA disciplinary code. According to you, is there some sort of conspiracy against him by FIFA?
Well, I do not see any form of conspiracy against Samuel Eto'o. We must understand that he is one of the finest strikers Cameroon has been able to produce over the years, just like Roger Milla, Patrick Mboma, and the rest. If today Samuel Eto'o has been sanctioned by the World Football Governing Body, it's simple. No one is above the law. Some time ago, Dr. Patrice Motsepe said it, that no one is above the law, and that's the rule of the game. The rule of the game prescribes fair play. And if Samuel Eto'o is found guilty of the allegations tabled before the Ethics Committee of FIFA, then the sanctions that has been given to him is well deserved. It's better for him to understand the deontology that engulfs managing football. If you have a problems, you know who to channel your problems to. If you have any disagreements or any misunderstanding, you know what to do and how to go about it. So I just feel like there is no conspiracy against Samuel Eto'o. I do not see any reason why FIFA should be doing a conspiracy against Samuel Eto'o. If Eto'o has a problem today with FIFA, let them go ahead and address the problem. But the communique coming up from FIFA stated clearly he violated the laws of the game, and if that's the only allegation levied against him, then let's wait and see after what the 6 months will look like for the future of Samuel Eto'o.
Now, take this last question. What about some family members and friends who are not talking to each other today because they were unable to come to terms over the Minsep-Fecafoot saga, given that both parties have reconciled today? Do you think peace will reign in some families today?
If a family member is not talking, they are not talking amongst themselves because of the issue, because one is supporting Samuel Eto'o, another supporting Minsep, I do not see what relationship does the fight between Fecafoot, Minsep has with your family issues. Today they have buried their hatchet. They have decided to embrace peace, which all of us have been longing for. How do you expect to look at your brother or your sister because you separated, or because you are not talking to your brother or sister because of the saga between Minsep and Fecafoot? It's a sheer act of stupidity. That's my humble opinion. It's a sheer act of stupidity because it doesn't make any sense transforming your viewpoint to your family. It's like you transforming your matrimonial problems to your office. It doesn't make sense. The two have no relationship together. Your family problem should remain your family problem. Your political view should remain your political view. So I think that those who indulge themselves into that kind of act should have a rethink about living together.
Have a rethink about living together. Thank you so much, Harry Garner. He is a sports journalist based here in the city of Douala. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for always staying stick to programs on Equinoxe Television. That's it for this end of the 6 p.m. primetime newscast. Coming up next in some few minutes is Equinoxe with Serge Alain Otto. See you tomorrow, same time, God willing. Bye-bye for now.